Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Health Department says that the easing of quarantine restrictions on children in GCQ and MGCQ areas is part of the preparations for the resumption of face-to-face classes. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergeres said they are now in talks with the Education Department and child experts on the proposed pilot run of in-person classes. The recommendations will then be sent to the IATF for approval. President Duterte has time and again thumbed down the reopening of face-to-face classes due to the threat of COVID-19.
Paalala po natin sa ating mga nanay at tatay, mga lolo't lola na sasama sa ating mga kabataan pag lumabas, kahit po natin pinayagan ang ating mga kabataan lumabas, kailangan meron pa rin tayong safety protocols, kailangan susunod pa rin tayo sa existing protocols. So kung halimbawa lalabas po ang bata, 5 years old and above, kailangan po nakamask, kailangan binabantayan ng kanilang mga magulang o kaya caregivers, kailangan hindi pupunta sa matataong lugar, kailangan as much as possible maintain your bubble.
And the Health Department reported over 5,200 new COVID-19 cases. This has brought our total caseload to 1,478,000, some 49,000 of which are still considered active. Meanwhile, 100 new deaths were confirmed overnight, pushing the death toll to 26,000. On the flip side, total recoveries have breached the 1.4 million mark, with 5,800 new survivors logged in the last 24 hours. And tourists and locals flocked to Baguio City over the weekend after the City of Pines set aside the RT-PCR test result requirement for fully vaccinated people. Laila Pangilinan with the full story.
Baguio City's first weekend after waiving the swab test requirements for fully vaccinated travelers went well, as tourists and locals alike flocked to Session Road. Meanwhile, over at Wright Park, some tourists took a stroll and rode horses with their kids. Horse owners say they earn mostly during weekends, which is why they look forward to more tourists riding horses soon.
Pas ganito, paulit-ulit na Sabado-Linggo, nagiging okay na siya. Pagka karamihan ng tao, umabot ng 3,000 talaga, magpataas lang sa amin. Pag walang tao, sorry na lang.
This is the first time that Colleen and her kids got to enjoy the City of Pines as a complete family after the series of lockdowns in Cavite since the pandemic began.
Importante yun kasi sa development nila kailangan ng interaction talaga.
Since Colleen is fully vaccinated, swabbing was waived and her vaccination card sufficed as her passport to the city. Jay, on the other hand, still opted to get swabbed despite him being fully vaccinated. But he admits that presenting your vaccination card to enter the city is more convenient.
It will encourage tourism and it will encourage more visitors na talagang lumabas at bumisita sa Baguio kung pakiramdam nila ay safe naman sila dahil fully vaccinated.
Parks like Mines View can already feel the surge of tourists since last month. From 300 visitors a day from April and May, they now accommodate 1,000 visitors per day. Meanwhile, Jes took a quick getaway from Valenzuela to the City of Pines with his kids who haven't been out since last year.
Excited sila lahat. Excited kasi first time nga nila makalabas ulit.
Children are not required to get swabbed if you plan to take them along with you to Baguio. Pasalubong shops near Mines View Park are slowly picking up on sales as well.
Medyo malakas na rin konti. Hindi kagaya dati. Mas dadami ang kita at umakyat na yung mga bisita dito, yung mga foreigner.
Strawberry vendors are also open to the idea of fully vaccinated tourists no longer being required to get swabbed, as they pose a low threat of spreading the virus. This would also mean more people going up to Baguio to buy goods, a better alternative than the goods just getting spoiled.
May tapon po. Ay yung iba, yung mga ganito, yung mga na-expired na, talagang maitapon na. Pero yung mga ganito, iluto siyang yung ganyan po, strawberry jam.
But for Baguio residents, 3,000 tourists a day is just the right number so that the city can still function for both tourists and residents.
Kailangan rin kasi natin i-open yung place natin para sa mga tourist kasi syempre kailangan para sa economy din ng Baguio. mas maganda na limited pa rin para at least parang controlled ba? Controlled yung yung population ng Baguio, so hindi masyadong congested.
A few reminders for fully vaccinated tourists who plan to visit Baguio soon. You must register at the Baguio Visita page at least a day before and secure a QTP code or a QR-coded tourist pass before entering the city. No QTP, no entry. For News 5, Laila Pangilinan. We are One News.
We're going to pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Keep it here. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Tech firm Microsoft has advised Windows users to immediately install a computer update. This is after security researchers found a vulnerability in the operating system. Jacob Lazaro gives us a front seat to the story.
Tech experts call it print nightmare, and it has Windows users scrambling for critical updates.
Microsoft announced last week the discovery of a serious flaw in its Windows operating system that allows someone else to access and even take control of your Windows computer. Now, who would do that? Well, just about anybody, from hostile governments to international spies to intergalactic aliens.
Though more likely, there can just be scammers trying to access your personal data for passwords, credit card information, or even your secret porn stash.
Either way, it would just be as bad. The bug takes advantage of your computer's print spooler service, which allows multiple computers to access a printer.
Itong Windows folder, gumagana siya, pero hindi mo malalayan, pinasok ka na pala, pinagkukuha na yung mga files mo.
The Windows Print Spooler service is on by default in all Windows systems. Researchers at the cybersecurity company Sangford accidentally published a how-to guide for exploiting it. It was later deleted, but as they say, anything that goes up online stays online forever. Microsoft say the bug allows an attacker to basically take control of a computer remotely.
Halimbawa, maglagay ng spyware, maglagay ng ransomware, maglagay ng virus, magnakaw ng files mo, dadaan sila ngayon dun sa Windows Print Spooler.
The tech company scrambled to warn computer users and rushed downloadable updates. It even rushed an update for the ancient Windows 7, which Microsoft stopped supporting a year ago. That's because at least 100 million computers still use Windows 7 all over the world.
Kaya takot na takot si Microsoft na nag-release ng patch na ito kasi sinama na nila Windows 7 kahit na hindi na nila sinusuportahan. Dahil nga napaka-serious itong problem.
iOS, Android, Linux, and other operating systems are not affected by this. Now, how to get the patch? Well, just go to your settings and download the latest updates, and just make sure that it's from the official Microsoft site.
Basta mag-update lang kayo at nakuha mo na lahat yung patches after July 6, yung mga patch na ni-release ng Microsoft. Okay ka na?
I'm Jacob Lazaro, and we are One News.
And here are other stories we're keeping our eyes on. At least 12 senators have filed a joint resolution seeking to probe reports on the alleged spending of public funds to support troll farms. The authors of this include Senator Panfilo Lacson, who earlier claimed that the government undersecretary had been organizing troll farms against the opposition. Police training in Baguio City will be suspended after the local epidemiology surveillance unit logged 26 COVID-infected trainees from June 28. Mayor Benjamin Magalong told PNP Chief Guillermo Eleazar that the activity needs to be discontinued to avoid the further spread of the coronavirus. And Reuters reports that China drove away U.S. warship Benfold near the Paracels Island on the 5th anniversary of the Hague ruling. Chinese authorities said that the U.S. ship entered the waters without Beijing's approval, undermining the stability in the South China Sea. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.